Need some tips to stay on budget? Hi, my name is Jill. Welcome to Day Mom. Let's get started. Budgeting can be very hard, especially in a situation where you don't have a lot of money. Kids grow out of clothes real fast. And so one of the things I always say is shop sales. A lot of cases, different companies will always have some sale items, and during different times they'll have even bigger sales on top of their sales. I can get shirts and pants for $2 to $5 sometimes because I shop my sales. But with that said, shop ahead. Don't just shop for right now, because if you're shopping for just right now, guess what's going to happen? Is sooner or later you're not going to find everything you're needing, and you're going to pay full price for that item that you're wanting. If you're needing a jacket for, this year, and you don't see any on sale, but you see that they have full prices, well, sooner or later you're going to need to pay that full price. Instead, buy for the next year. Buy for the next couple of years, actually, if you can. So that way you have a stockpile of clothes that they're going to grow into. Shop secondhand. So Kijiji, Consignment, the Facebook market group, whatever the case is, always do it with safety in mind. With that said, with the secondhand, make sure you are being picky. Look at all the seams. Look at every little bit, because rips and stains happen, and you really don't want to buy a shirt that is, ripped in the armpit, because guess what? You're not going to use it then, and that's not going to be helpful for you. You think no one would do that, but people do try to sell their ripped clothes. Try different saving techniques. You most likely have a bank account, and save that way, but maybe try out different ways. Maybe have a piggy bank and make it that, if you had change, like you take out X amount of cash, and any stuff that you don't use, you put in the piggy bank. I know people that do it where they don't spend certain things like toonies, and so whenever they go out and they get a toonie, they just don't spend it and they put it into their piggy bank. You can also open up another bank account in your account that you can't touch, or a tax-free saving account, which makes it just harder to touch. So that way you're not in a situation where you're tempted to just take the money whenever you need it. And let's just face it, some of our needs are not actual needs, they're wants. Do free or cheaper fun activities. Do different things. Go to the park, go to the museum when they're having their free night, a movie in the park. Try to find those little free things or very cheap activities that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. If you are going to go and want to do something a little bit more pricey, one of the things I definitely suggest is checking out Groupon. Groupon, has the great tendency of having a bunch of different things that you can do in the city and, cost at a fraction. It's something to check out if you are oh, we're doing a special night, we want to do something special and a little bit more than just a free thing. Check out the Groupon. You might be able to find something that is like, bowling or escape room or whatever the case is. You might find it on Groupon and find it for a fraction of the price. When you go out, pack your own food and drinks. So often do we go and we go out and then we go to Starbucks and get some food and get some drinks, and we go to another place and get, we go to different places and we buy food and drinks at an arm and a leg's cost. We can go and, just bring our juice boxes and bring our water and bring some snacks and, all these different things, and be able to still eat and drink and not spend that money, unless we actually really want to spend that money. Birthdays, Christmas, anniversary, Halloween, all those type of things, we tend to get overdone. We make a big deal and we make a huge celebration. And you know what? Sometimes that is perfectly fine. But if you're on a budget, don't feel like you need to do a big celebration and, you need X amount of gifts to show people that you love them. You don't need to show that you love them by gifts. That is not the only way of showing love. Great if you want to shove, a room full of gifts for your children, and I'm sure they will love it. But if you don't have the money and you're budgeting, You know, instead of going into debt for your kid's birthday or Christmas or whatever the situation, you know, dial it back, have small celebrations, make it more about being together, have it that you're doing activities and stuff like that, instead of just being about giving. Turn off your lights. Turn off your lights, turn off everything. If you're in that room, fine, have the lights off, but if you leave that room, turn the light off. It is, you know, you do not need to have a light on 24/7. Turning lights and water off cuts costs, so turn off your lights, turn off your water. I want to put out there that saving is really hard to do, especially for people with low incomes, and I will never try to claim that it is easy, because it really isn't, especially with how high rent is and how low income is. Let's put it this way, rent is only supposed to be 30% of your income. It's not meant to be 70%. So if you're finding it really hard to survive on your income, you know, there's a reason. Don't be hard on yourself. With that said, I would love to hear from you. If you have a great budget tip, leave it down in the comments. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Until next time, stay safe, stay lovely.